This time in the garage, we're doing Bring a Trailer picks from recent auctions.
Okay, first car. Ooh, this is me. LS6 powered 2001 Chevrolet Blazer Extreme.
Extreme.
With a 6-speed.
Oh, I glanced right past this because it's terrible looking.
I mean,
It's pretty extreme.
Great.
How extreme can that be?
That was the package.
I know, I'm just being...
I don't even think it's got the extreme bumper on it anymore.
It doesn't have the extreme front bumper. I don't know what that front bumper is.
Yeah.
Which one's the LS6?
But it does have an LS6 and a 6-speed.
It was in a Z06?
Mm-hmm. C5.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
Yeah. Seats are terrible.
Is that something someone's done to it, or is that a thing that an
I think
option
those
you
are
can
factory.
Get? No, that is definitely not factory. The LS6.
Well, the seats are.
Yeah. The LS6 is not.
Fair enough.
Nor the 6-speed.
Speaking of seats, you know the Range Rover we were in like for a week?
Yeah.
You know how deep I sank into my seats when I got in my Tahoe?
Are you saying the Range Rover doesn't have much padding?
It's got plenty of padding. It's just really hard. And like I sat in the Tahoe and I just kept sinking into it.
Was that a pleasant experience for you?
Yeah. I mean, I was tired and, you know.
I guess what I'm asking
cushy.
is...
Was it good?
Do you think the Tahoe is
Yeah.
better, or that the Range Rover is better?
I don't know. I kind of said when I got into the Tahoe.
Well, you sat in the back of the...
Yeah, I didn't
Range
have
Rover the whole
massaging
time.
seats.
You didn't have massagers on.
They were heated and cooled, but
my truck has terrible seats, and they're worse now than they used to be. But still, after riding in somebody else's car, if I get in my truck, I'm like, because it's what I'm used to. It doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah, if you got the Range Rover, you'd be in love.
Me?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were nice.
Yep.
It was just very European to probably the pinnacle of GM smushiness in seats.
Wow, that thing's got beat up.
So this all-wheel drive?
Nope.
No.
Rear-wheel drive.
I hate it.
15 grand seems
like a waste of money.
Kind of high.
It does.
Because those were never good looking.
Didn't you have an S10 like that?
I did. And I'm saying from experience, those are never good looking.
Oh,
speaking of the wonderful Range Rover.
Wunderbar?
This is a 2017 Range Rover supercharged long wheelbase.
Ooh, that would have been the one. Now is this a V8 supercharged?
Yep. We were in the V6 supercharged, not long wheelbase.
I feel like in Range Rovers, I prefer not long wheelbase.
No, you're going to want a long one if you're traveling.
Are you?
I think so.
Did you not have enough leg room back there?
I had plenty of leg room. It was just if I wanted to stretch, while we're driving.
You had power seats reclining.
They just recline. They don't move forward and back.
Right. I don't know how you survived.
I know. I had to alternate between the cooling and the heating.
Yep.
So this sold for $31,500.
Yeah.
I'm guessing new this was 120 grand.
Probably around there.
Maybe a bit more. So that's lost quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess they always do, don't they?
These like 500-ish horsepower.
510.
461 foot-pounds of torques.
Let me just say, Soren, I'm in love.
You should buy it.
It's my feeling, and I don't necessarily base this on anything concrete. It's just my gut, is that Range Rovers are more capable than they look.
Yep. By that, you mean...
we never did try that out.
We never tried the off-road thing.
I mean, if you had a big old farmhouse at the end of a treacherous driveway, you'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But that being British Yeah, all of the shit's gonna break fairly quickly.
Keep saying that. We made it to New York and back.
I'm not saying that that's sound. I'm saying that's my feeling.
Way into New York.
Way
and back.
deep.
You went to Watkins Glen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And when you open the doors, the puddle lights have a little Range Rover in them. But seriously, super comfortable.
Yeah.
Really
the
quiet.
The ride was superb.
Ride
Except for
was
Mason
superb.
couldn't drive.
I could drive.
He was very jerky. He wasn't trained by a Range Rover.
Seats are very
chauffeur.
comfortable. Ergonomics are good. I had no complaints. Other than it was a V6 supercharged, which didn't have enough power. In my opinion. For me.
I mean, it probably did have enough power. It just wasn't
enough.
as much as you would like.
Right.
Just wouldn't win a race.
No. Really nice though.
But I guess the question for me on this would be,
wow,
that is a ton of leg room back there.
Room.
They put a whole foot on the vents.
There's enough room to see the pattern in the carpet cleaning.
Uh-huh.
That is roomy.
Yeah, it's like 6 inches longer.
If I owned a farm, whether I was a farmer or not, but if I owned a farm, I'd like this. I guess the question for me is, how unreliable actually is it, and how hard is it to get it fixed?
My understanding from people that work on them is they're not that unreliable, but when they are, it's going to hurt.
So everything's expensive.
Mm-hmm. Not everything, but a lot of things.
Right.
You know what? And the sound system was good in that.
Mm-hmm.
That is
a
capacious cargo area.
Yeah, that looks way bigger than it really is.
I think that might be bigger than you think it is, because it's the long wheelbase.
And the rear tailgate thing.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Is it 2 pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah. You push that and it closes both of them.
Interesting. And that V8 is that actually a Land Rover V8, or
it's
just make it for them?
Jaguar Range Rover V8.
You know, there's absolutely no way to tell if it's a V8 or V6
on the outside.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't say it anywhere.
It's got the same wheels ours had, same everything. The engine cover's the same.
I think the V6, the side vents are silver.
I think that's all optional.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
And the gas tank's on the right side.
Yeah, it's European.
I like the gas tank being on the opposite side for me.
Anyway, I love that thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like it better than whatever you had before.
Yeah, hard to beat that.
It's hard not to beat that.
Yes.
Probably got more power.
It's definitely, yeah, maybe. Modified 1987 Camaro Z28 IROC 5-speed. I picked this for Soren. Sold for $20,000.
Ooh.
Why did you pick this for me?
I know you like them.
It goes with your new tattoo.
I don't have a new tattoo that you can see. And
yeah, but we know where it is. And it goes with it.
I don't like these. Every once in a while, I think I should buy one, which is not the same thing.
I think this has everything going for it except the engine.
By everything, you mean like color and options and shit?
Yeah.
Because I don't like that color.
It's got bare brakes. It's got a nice set of weld wheels on it. Big tires. It's got a good interior.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to disappoint.
The manual transmission.
That is a plus. But I don't like the color. I don't like the interior. I don't like the wheels.
You'll notice how different the dash is than a Firebird.
Because it has carpet on it?
That's exactly the same. Ooh, look at all that power.
So that's a small block Chevy, right?
Small block.
Mm-hmm. 305. Tune port. Not exactly a powerhouse, but LS swaps are pretty easy.
Right. I was going to say that should be not a great deal more complicated than just taking it out and putting something else in.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, my main objection to that is the color.
I like the color.
Really?
Really?
Well, but
The color's good.
but I don't. Teal is one of my least favorite colors.
It's not
blue.
teal. It's blue.
It's very greeny blue.
Oh, it's not.
I think it's pretty blue.
I think it's pretty greeny
That's
blue.
blue, dude.
Okay, in that picture, it's blue.
It's
But in that
blue.
other picture, it was greeny blue.
That's blue.
Yeah, that is.
I think you're lying to yourself.
Go back and look at that other picture.
The sun was out.
We don't need to.
No.
We all know the truth.
I don't like it.
It's about as good as I get.
I do like it. But
$20,000.
I feel like if I drove that car, people would make assumptions about me that I would not like to have made about me.
Why do you care what other people think? And since when?
I don't really, other than that I like to be able to choose what other people think.
You can't choose what other people think.
You can.
What do you think people think when you're driving your truck?
What I think people think when I'm driving my truck.
And how is it different from driving an IROC Z?
Oh, it's definitely different.
Is it?
Yeah. A Land Rover, please.
Range Rover.
Whatever. It says Land Rover, Range Rover.
Fair.
Um,
That Range
I don't
Rover
know.
is $11,000 more than the IROC. And has
It's got 300 more horsepower.
300
Think of the
more horsepower.
comfort.
Yeah.
Like almost exactly 300.
I mean, I would buy the Range Rover before I'd buy the IROC, but the IROC's pretty good as IROCs go.
So, which one are you picking?
Oh, thought I said the Range Rover already.
No,
Didn't.
you didn't. I did, and Mason did.
1982 BMW Alpina C1 2.3. Sold for $20,000. No reserve.
It's basically the same body as a CSI, right?
Nope.
So,
Oh, yes.
CSL, you mean?
Yeah, whatever.
I mean that.
It's got that sloping back grill.
small.
It's smaller. It's a 3 Series.
Copy that. I like the wheels. I don't think I would want that car though.
Is that manual?
Yeah.
Turboed?
That's got to be Alpina-ness.
No, it's not a manual. It's an automatic. The seats are amazing.
Awesome.
You know, you two used words like you said awesome and amazing.
Yep. Those seats, look at them.
And those seats are
awesome and amazing.
I don't think they are either awesome or amazing. They are interesting.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
Oh, I'm yes, and I'm expressing it.
Does it have a turbo?
It does not have a turbo.
Eesh.
It's a 2.3 liter straight 6.
Which is not going to be generating a huge amount of go.
170 horsepower.
Oh, okay.
Which is a little bit more than a E30 325. And I think these are a little more revvy. They are, however, CIS.
Oh, goody.
And they have dual exhaust.
I mean, that seems to be in good condition. 20 grand doesn't seem crazy.
No. But an automatic.
Automatic kills it.
I don't know that that's. Yeah, I don't think that's where I would want to spend 20 grand.
No.
Neat car though.
It's a neat car.
Range Rover.
Rover.
29 years owned, modified 1953 Oldsmobile 98 Holiday Coupe Deluxe.
I almost picked this.
You?
Yeah. I think
You hated custom cars.
I think it's cool looking. I think they did a good job.
They did a really good job from what I've seen.
I mean, it didn't sell, but it only got to 15.5. So let's say they wanted 25. That still seems like a good deal.
Yeah, and I try to pick stuff that sells.
As do I.
And I specifically picked this one because it didn't sell. And looking at the pictures, Don't you think you'd go more than 15.5 on that?
Well,
If I wanted an old car,
here's
sure.
the thing. If I was willing to go 15.5 on that, I'd be willing to go 25 on that. Like, I'm not really willing to put 15 grand into it, regardless. In this case,
But maybe.
But if I
the
was,
other person didn't want to go,
Maybe.
right?
Yeah.
So that's as far as he
no,
could
that's
go.
Brake
it
trailer
could be.
doesn't tell you haven't met the reserve,
Correct.
which I feel like that's dumb.
Why?
Because in this case, let's say you were bidding on this car and you wanted it. You don't know if you've met the reserve or not.
Well, bid what you're willing to pay for it.
Well, I'm willing to pay as little as possible for anything that I buy.
Right.
If I'm bidding against you and I go, well, I'll go 16 and you go, fuck it, I'll go 16.5 because you're willing to go 25.
But if you're a buyer on this car, you've got to know that 15.5 is probably not buying it.
I just feel like that's a mistake on Brake Trailer's part.
I agree with Soren.
I like this car.
At some point, they should say
I disagree with both of you.
reserves off. It's not poker. I mean, come on.
I like it.
And I like
think
that
it's
white
really
or
nicely
cream
done car.
color or whatever it is because it's like
But
got
it's
some
pearl
shimmer in
white.
it.
Yeah.
That's all right. It's
On that car, I
done
think
It's a
tastefully.
mild custom.
Yeah.
I like the roof.
And being that it's an Oldsmobile 53 Olds, it's got a V8 and a 4-speed automatic.
Yeah.
So it's probably somewhat drivable.
That being said, much though I like that, I would still pick the Rover.
Range Rover.
I'm not going to say all these words. You know which one I mean.
There.
Hate being boring.
Is it boring?
The Range Rover is boring.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's boring.
It's only not boring because it has 507 horsepower.
510.
510 horsepower.
461 foot-pounds of torque.
And it's off-roady.
And it's luxurious.
Yeah, but you know
And
how
it's
many of
luxurious.
those you see every single day?
Yeah, but
see
you know
a
how many
few.
of those I own every single day? That would be zero.
But
And if I
that's
owned one, that
Obviously,
would be cool.
also part of where we live.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's parts of the country where you'll never see one of those.
Well, you'll see one in 3 years when it's 10 grand. That's my other problem with it. I don't think it's all down. I don't think it's bottomed out yet.
So, because I've been shopping for one of these,
Oh, oh boy.
I specifically picked this one because there
Yeah.
was a bunch of them on Bring a Trailer in
Yeah.
the $10,000 to $15,000 range.
Right.
So 2017 was the last year before they did the haptic stuff on the
right.
on the center console.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
that? What's that?
But had the latest
Screen.
infotainment stuff.
Right. And that's what we had, right? Was it
Yeah.
17?
Was it 17?
What's haptic?
It's the touch.
It's like a piece of, it's like your phone.
You're not
glass
pressing,
and you just
you're
touch
not
it.
pressing a button.
Oh,
You're just
so it's-
touching where the button would be. This one actually has buttons,
which
I like.
are less
And a
likely,
touch screen.
to just go, nah, I don't care. Your finger's wet. You don't get to do that. Or whatever.
Yeah, but it also has haptic stuff on the steering wheel, if I remember correctly, or some of the Land
I
Rovers.
think later ones did.
Yeah, which is where the problem really gets bad.
But I also found an older one, like a 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Because the problem with the older ones is they don't have the latest
Right.
nav and stuff. But it had a conversion. Apparently, you can buy a conversion to do like CarPlay and Android Auto.
Right.
You just swap out the head unit.
Swap out the head unit.
Nice.
So, Range Rover.
Sure.
All right.
What that also was cool.
Range Rover.
This is me.
Oh,
It's a
This isn't me.
1943 Ford GPW, which is just a Ford Jeep. I picked this not because I want it, but you know what? I do want it. I have a 1943 Springfield Armory on $1,000, and I think
You need something to mount it to.
you don't mount that. It is the same year, built for the same
What do
conflict.
you mean you don't mount it?
It's a shoulder fired weapon, not a mounted weapon.
Well, you would mount it to the Jeep.
No, you mount
you know what?
it to
You don't just drive around with it in your lap.
you lean it up against your shoulder.
I think he'd
While
buy
you're
the.
driving,
And it just goes right here.
No, he wouldn't drive
that's
it.
not your shoulder.
It goes next to your hip and
He
then
doesn't know where
across
his
your
shoulder
shoulder.
is.
Jesus Christ. So it's not pointing at your head. Anyway,
He's confused.
the only reason I picked this, because I would much rather have not a Ford Jeep,
Uh-huh.
or rather have a Jeep.
That is a Jeep.
But it's a Ford one. Anyway,
They were built by Ford.
This one was.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
They're all the same.
sort of.
What's different?
I don't know.
There's little things
I
that
picked
are
this
different,
one
but-
because it's the same year as a rifle I have, and they could have, seen the same battles and whatever.
Yeah. Isn't my Mosin Nagant a 43 also?
I do not recall the year of your Mosin Nagant. Mine's a 39.
Would it be weird if I rode around in your Jeep with a Mosin Nagant?
No, because the Russians were our allies.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
And really, I mean, the only thing that would be, I guess, weird would be if you rode around with your, what are those, Zariskas or whatever, your Japanese rifle, because I don't think we used a lot of Jeeps in the Pacific Theater because it was so much island hopping.
Yeah.
I mean, even something German or Italian would be appropriate because, people captured stuff and people.
That's true. Sure.
So anyway, I picked that for this reason only. Or I picked this for that reason only.
Okay.
Great.
I'm perfectly content to
Grand.
go next.
I'm
It's not
excited.
expensive.
Oh, yeah, it is.
18.5. I mean, it goes 40 miles an hour.
With its 3-speed. All right. 239 flathead V8 powered 30 Ford Highboy Roadster 3-speed. Now, I would like to say, this does not have metal.
fan of the engine covers being missing.
This doesn't have metal on the sides. However, it does have metal on the top, and that's fine. And I think
Close enough.
I think this is, as these things go, pretty tastefully done. Not they didn't go crazy with it.
Steel body,
Yeah.
not original. 48 Mercury. Yeah.
It was displayed at the Grand National Roadster Show.
Mm-hmm.
Your sarcasm there.
If I see a trophy, Soren,
I don't care if you see a trophy or not.
I'm picking a Jeep, and I don't want to pick the Jeep.
But when you get into it, they haven't gone crazy on the inside, and I like that.
That's period correct.
That's pretty crazy for a 1930.
I feel like I would have this.
That's cool.
Quick change.
Yeah.
Overdrive.
VIN number. Ooh,
Oh, that's how it was displayed.
nice.
Actually,
I like that.
I kind of like the yellow. They could have kept that.
Well, and it's got the side covers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like
That
the
means
wheel.
they still exist, Soren,
probably.
somewhere.
Mhm.
I might even try and vinyl the yellow back on.
Nah, you'd need to paint it and have some hand pinstripes.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, I think that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
And I personally think this is cooler than the Jeep. Not that matters. At least not yet.
I think so too.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it'd be good for going out on a Sunday, tootling about.
What about a Tuesday?
Maybe a Thursday.
Okay.
About Jeep. 38,000 mile 2007 Mini Cooper SJCW convertible sidewalk 6-speed. I don't know what any of that shit means.
The
What I do
sidewalks
know-
are fancy.
What I do know,
So the Mini Cooper is a body style.
Mhm.
Um,
I know
the
what Mini
S-
Cooper means.
the
I know what
S is
means.
the supercharged
Yep.
or turbocharged version.
It's the JCW convertible sidewalk.
The JCW
I know what convertible
is
means.
for John Cooper Works.
Gotcha. That's their special
That's
package,
the
right?
upgraded S.
Mhm.
The convertible means the top goes down.
Yes, I got that part.
Sidewalk,
It's their fancy interior.
is it?
Well, so here's the thing. That's a good color. I mean, that's the color I would choose for a convertible. And the interior looks
Got a
really,
limited slip.
looks really nice. And a Mini is one of those things that I might not set out to get.
Killer. God, 21
I just
grand.
looked at the price.
but I would be willing to have.
But I am looking at a lot of really good options there.
Sure.
6-speed manual. It's got a factory limited slip diff.
Yeah. I mean, you get
The Cooper Works tuning kit.
The wheels are okay. I don't care for the mirror, but whatever.
But it's a convertible, and I wouldn't own that. But
I would for that reason.
those things are a riot.
You could get one with 100 and more thousand miles for $6,000.
I don't want one with 100 more thousand miles.
Oh, so this is for you.
Yeah, I would have this.
Yep, you should have that.
I love this. I love the seats.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the interior is the interior that you get with the Mini pretty much, but
Yep.
but those are badass seats.
Yeah. I've been perusing these
Oh, wow.
recently.
Look how clean that is.
The ones for $6,000 aren't they?
Well, and so here's the thing. I buy things to have them until someone else inherits them from me.
Or until you crash them.
Until I crash them. I think spending a little extra and having it just be good, I don't really have to do anything to that other than get in it and drive away.
Was that an Ohio tag?
Don't think so.
No, I
That might be an Ohio tag.
think it is.
Anywho, I like it. I'd have it.
Did
Got
the
the
sidewalk
fancy
also
pants.
have the fog lights, or
I
is
think
it
that's a Cooper Works
the
thing.
Cooper Works thing?
I think the sidewalk is just the interior.
Interesting.
And I even kind of like the color
It's
of
in
the
Maryland.
Maryland.
Color
Yeah.
of what?
the cloth on the top.
Yeah, I like the green
Mhm.
on green.
That could have been a lot worse.
Yep, that's a pretty good choice.
I bet that thing was expensive when it was new.
Yeah, it had everything. So, Model A
Or a Mini.
or a Mini? There.
I'm
Can I
gonna
can
go.
I can I address the
gonna go
jury
with-
before they
No.
deliver their
No,
verdict?
I'm gonna go with the Mini.
Okay. It's one Model A.
I'm going to get to address the jury after their verdict.
Yep.
Because I think this is way classier, way better looking.
Mm-hmm.
However, I feel like that Mini would be way more fun to drive.
Probably.
And this didn't sell at 40, and that I
Oh,
think did sell at 21. So I'm going to go Mini, but only by the smallest of margins.
Okay.
2011 BMW M3
Ooh.
convertible 6-speed in blue.
Ooh, 37,000.
I know it's a lot.
Yeah, if you could buy them new for that.
No. That's a little later in M3 land than I would
47,000 miles.
want, but I think that's a great blue.
It's a V8.
It's a V8, it's a 6-speed. The leather could be darker, and that wouldn't hurt my feelings, but I feel like that'd be a lot of fun to drive.
Yeah, it's not the greatest. Bamboo is pretty light.
Also, if you
Why
have
is that 37,000?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay.
How many miles?
For what it's worth,
47,000.
if you have a light tan leather and you
It's
want a
kinda low.
dark tan leather, that's not that hard to do.
Sure.
It's not like going from, gray to black or worse.
I mean, it's a good
But-
color. It's got relatively low miles.
The 6-speed.
6-speed. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be a fun car to own. I do think it's more money than I'd want to spend on it.
It's probably probably a $30,000 car.
Okay. Fair.
Oh, I'm going M3.
I think those are
M3?
both technically BMWs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to see Soren struggle. Mini.
So you want to see me struggle?
Mm-hmm.
Like getting in and out of it?
No.
Or what?
I picked
Well,
the Mini.
I
He picked the
picked the
M3.
Oh, Mini. I wasn't going to struggle on that.
Really?
No. If that M3 was $8,000 cheaper, I would have struggled a lot. 45,000 mile individual British Racing Green 2019 BMW 750i X-Drive M Sport for $40,000. So I picked this because, one, it's green and I like that. It's a 7 Series. I like that. It's an X Drive and an M Sport. And it doesn't seem crazy expensive, even though it is newer than I would normally like in a car. As you're kind of
That look like an IL.
the long chassis,
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Really?
and
No.
also it has a awesome interior.
These are really nice in the inside.
Oh.
Um,
Sure is.
these aren't super pretty vehicles.
Uh-uh.
No, the older
But-
ones look better.
They look far superior to the new ones.
Uh-huh.
That is, I think, pretty much just a true statement, like across the board.
I think it might be better than the ones before it too, actually.
No, I don't
No?
think so. No. I think I like the ones before this a lot.
I don't remember
'Cause
which one that is.
They're basically the same interior. Just different on the outside. And same drivetrain.
It's a 4.4 liter V8.
Yeah, it's probably got turbos and
2 turbos.
happy
443 horsepower.
Hot V stuff.
I mean, obviously it's an automatic, but I feel like if I owned that, what I would do is like pay someone to drive me somewhere in it. Like I would sit in the back.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what they should do? They should do it, an Uber like that, where they just come and drive your car for you.
I think most livery places have that as an option.
Excuse me?
Livery. So if I want to go to the airport, I can take a taxi or an Uber,
Yeah,
or I can just book a car from a livery place, which is way cheaper.
right.
And then some guy in a suit shows up, puts my luggage in the trunk, drives me there, and then boom, right? And it's like, I don't know, $30 or something.
Huh.
I think most livery places also will just drive you in your car if you want.
If I had a car like that, that is whoever spec'd this car out did a fantastic job.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because that's
You
not even
probably
their
won't see another one.
that's not even their British Racing Green.
That is an individual.
Yeah.
So somebody said, make it this color.
Yep.
Yeah, because that doesn't have any metallic in it. Just a solid green.
Wheels are awful.
Well, you're only 20 bolts away from that not being the case.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's why they make LMs.
I'm not sure that the jack that I own would be sufficient to lift it up.
I'm going 7.
7, huh?
Yep.
I just want to say for the record that however this comes out, I'm happy.
I'd still have to go mini, I think. They're very similar
Except that one's twice as big as the other one.
and twice as much.
Well, although I think you're getting more than twice as much for twice as much.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're definitely getting a lot more in the
I don't know about the
7.
power to weight ratio between the two, but
I'd say it's still pretty good.
so I have to pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
In a different life than I have right now, I would pick the 7, but in this life, I would pick the Mini.
Yep.
Because I'm going to be driving it, and I think that would be a hoot to drive.
All right.
This is a real car. 1968
Ooh.
Chevrolet Corvette L88 convertible, owned by James Gardner, one of the finest actors ever to grace Earth. Star of the Rockford Files.
I know who he is.
Mm-hmm. You looked very puzzled.
I'm debating whether I think that one of the finest actors ever to grace this earth is a fair assessment.
I mean, J Turns.
Top 5%.
Also, the movie Grand Prix.
Never seen it.
Yeah. Our Chase champion.
He was also a Maverick.
Yeah. And in the remake, he was Maverick's dad.
Uh-huh. Bid to 755.
I didn't see it. Didn't sell.
Wow.
This is awesome.
So they wanted 900,000 or something out of this.
Probably.
I mean, it's a nice car. It's got some.
Big block
buttons.
side pipes. And it was raced in period.
Yeah.
By a guy with a Trans Am.
Apparently, he founded a type of racing
A type of racing?
or a series or something.
No, it's a team
A team. It
with Bob Bondurant and Dick Goldstrand.
Did it finish the 12 hours of Sebring? No, it doesn't say that it was this car.
They opted instead for something else.
It did Lola's.
Anyway,
Very cool.
It's a cool car.
very cool car.
Very expensive.
Assuming that I had just an obscene amount of money, I still don't think I would be willing to spend that much money on this.
Oh, I would for sure.
Yeah, but you're obsessed with the Rockford Files.
Yeah.
Like my wife's grandmother.
But I love these Corvettes. These are my favorite Corvettes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool race car too.
I'd probably feel really bad when I hit a tire wall or something. I don't know. I might just drive
Would
that on the
you
street.
race that?
Probably not. I'd probably just drive it on the street.
Oh, come on, Bear. If you're going to spend, let's just say $1 million
Yeah, they probably wanted $1 million.
on this car, you got to take it to Goodwood. Fucking wail on it.
I mean, maybe a hill climb up Goodwood. I don't know that I'd do the. I don't know. You know what I would do? I'd hire Jensen Button to drive this at Goodwood.
I don't know who that is.
Hmm.
Presumably a professional driver.
I'd hire somebody.
Why Jensen Button?
I don't know. He was the first one that came to
Oh,
mind.
okay.
I think we should go next.
Oh, do you?
I do. I felt like we stole.
All right. 496 powered Superformance GT40 Mark II. 50th.
A shitload of Ford GTs.
Well,
This is a replica
this is a replica.
that sold for $308,000.
I think it looks pretty good.
And-
Black and gold.
I feel like, just
One
for the
of
record,
20 built with Shelby.
a replica is the way to go,
Left-hand drive.
Mhm.
especially if it's a good replica.
I
Ooh,
would say
that
that's a
looks
pretty
good.
good replica.
Great looking car.
I mean,
The line and the colors and the wheels and all
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It's a great looking car.
that looks phenomenal.
And it is less than half of the price of the other one.
Does it have air conditioning?
Well,
It's got a vent.
with the between $400,000 and $600,000 that you saved, you could certainly put electric air conditioning in.
The air conditioning controls and the 12-volt outlet are in the driver's door.
There you go.
So the answer is yes.
And it has the Daytona style no sweaty ass seats.
Yeah.
Or less sweaty
Ooh.
ass seats.
I'm digging it.
Yep.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Colors are perfect.
I'm inclined to agree.
Now, would I take this on the track
It's a replica, Bear.
It's not really a race car.
before I'd take the Corvette?
It's not a race car.
But you could take
No.
it on a track.
Yeah, you could do a track day. But that's a street car.
Yeah.
And I think driving it around on the street would be,
A hoot.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A great way to increase the cost of your insurance.
Okay. Maybe.
I assume you're going to be getting some tickets.
Oh,
You could probably talk your way out of a couple of them.
Ooh, you know what you need to do is join the volunteer fire department. You can get your little red flashy light.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I'm going to a fire. Wow.
Yeah. Get a little bucket on the back.
Hey, you just have to show up with your shit. Yeah, drive the fire truck. I love those wheels.
Yeah.
So good. So
Those
good.
are good. Probably have to ditch the Carol Shelby signatures in the door. Ooh.
You know, you could just like put some black vinyl over that. So if you decide to sell it and
I
somebody
wouldn't
wants
even. Why?
I don't know.
It's embroidered in the carpet. Who
it,
cares?
yeah, who gives a shit? Or just take that
I mean,
piece
it's
of
got
carpet
Shelby on the side of it.
Yeah.
It's not
Whatever.
a signature though.
Anyway, like you said, who cares? This is cool as hell.
It really is.
It's pretty cool.
It's probably worth every penny too.
I think that's a fantastic deal.
Okay.
I vote for that. Not this.
Chevy or Ford?
Ford. This, by the way, is alumni, so you can see what it sold for last time.
Oh, it is, isn't it? I'm going with Ford.
Okay.
What are you going with?
What am I going with?
Yeah.
Ford.
What did it sell for last time?
386.
So it lost a little, but it's not a crazy amount given the weird market
How long
and stuff.
ago?
Last year.
A year and a half.
I hope he drove it a lot. Because that'd be fun.
It's got 111 miles.
Hmm.
Well, driving a lot then.
All right.
Ooh, I don't even know where to start here.
At the beginning.
I'll just start at the beginning, I guess. Twin Paxton Supercharged Kirkham Motorsports 427 Hook.
SC.
Ooh,
That is good looking too.
Black on black on black on black on
sure
black.
is.
With rivets in the hood.
Hmm.
I just wanted to see what twin supercharged 427 would look like. I don't know.
These Kirkland cars look amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what
I mean, that's a good looking car to start with.
what you
But
do.
the copy is pretty well done, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do with this?
I would drive it.
What do you mean? What's he
I
asking?
wouldn't take it to Kroger to get my groceries, but
Why not?
because I don't
I feel like that's the perfect
I
place
don't want it
to
in
do
a Kroger parking lot getting dinged by some asshole who doesn't put their cart back.
Park it out there.
But I
Yeah.
would drive it because it's cool.
It's got good wheels on it.
Yeah. In one picture, it had black wheels. In one picture, it had gold wheels, and I think those gold wheels look pretty good.
The gold ones are definitely better. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
the black wheels have like a radial street tire.
and the other ones that were Goodyear
Yeah.
slicks or
They're not slicks.
race tires.
Yeah, like Goodyear race tires.
Yeah,
But they are better looking wheels.
far superior.
Actually, I think it might be the same wheel,
It
So,
is.
yeah, it's the same
just
style.
different color. But I think that's a way better look.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Mm.
that's pretty good. That's $100,000 cheaper,
Yep. Well,
and you don't need air conditioning on that one.
I'm gonna vote.
Oh
for-
yeah, you do.
Bearing in mind that I like both of these, I feel like this is more of a driver. Like a car would be more able to drive more often. And I'm voting for this.
I seemed confused by where you would drive it.
So I often, when it's not when I don't need a top part of my car,
Uh-huh.
I often ride a motorcycle,
Mm-hmm.
and I go all over the country roads that are very close to us. Not entirely randomly, I'll pick a direction and I'll go that way for a bit, and then I'll see what I see, and I'll come back. And you could do that in that car, or you could hop on 70 and fucking drive up to wherever, Ashland.
That seems like a terrible idea.
You could tootle them out
Ashland? Why would you go to Ashland?
because it's 30 minutes north.
So I really like that.
I like it too.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Which one did you pick? Cobra?
I picked the Cobra.
All right, Bear's gonna have to pick GT40
Well, I'm going to go with the GT40.
because it's got air conditioning.
It's got air conditioning.
That's what you dream of right now.
Yeah. I picked every other boring car here.
Because it's 95 degrees in the dark
Yeah. And humid.
and 95% humidity.
Okay.
2014 McLaren P1 in blue.
For so much.
Sold. I think that's cheap. 1.75.
Is it?
I think so. I thought these were in the twos.
So this one's alumni.
And so for 1.7, maybe that's around where they go. I don't know.
That was 3 years ago. It sold for 40 grand less.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
This said, I thought I saw Ohio. Is this one of the guys?
This was Graham Rahal.
Oh, really?
Where'd you see Ohio?
In the first paragraph, I thought. Right there.
And I see Canada.
P1 is
Costa Rica.
selling dealer an Ohio title.
Costa Mesa, California.
Location in Newport Beach.
Montana, Pennsylvania. Indiana.
I think these are Pinnacle McLaren.
I think the F1's Pinnacle McLaren.
Yeah.
I knew you'd say that.
How dare you say that, Bear? Why don't you just commit sacrilege
blue?
and we can take you out back and stab you?
Why? You're not allowed to stab me.
Because you've betrayed us.
I'm going hardcore on this. There's no better car than a McLaren P1.
You're just being obdurate at this point.
Am I?
I mean, obviously.
903 horsepower.
Yeah.
Twin turbos.
It has an e-motor.
Mm-hmm.
So the engine doesn't make 903 horsepower.
It's been replaced.
It's
The
a
electric
combined
motor
electric horsepower.
adds to the gas engine.
Uh-huh.
For a little bit until you run out of battery.
Look at that. Look at it. It's beautiful.
It is a good looking car.
It's funny.
Got a roof scoop.
I don't really like the way those look.
All right, I'm just going to throw this out here and you're going to disagree, both of you probably, but that car is not cool enough to be $1.75 million. That's my opinion.
That you're wrong on.
Well, that's my opinion.
It's got 903 horsepower.
I don't give a fuck.
They only built.
It's got a carbon tub.
I don't care if they only build a few. It's
Got
not
a roof scoop.
It does not have coolness to justify that in my mind.
It does. Certainly does. And this one's got a bunch of carbon shit on it.
Yeah. And it's one of the fastest cars around a racetrack.
Okay. That doesn't sway me.
No.
It's got hydraulic suspension.
That does not sway
I don't
me.
know what would sway you.
I'm not going to be swayed.
It's got active aero.
It's got carbon brakes,
I don't care.
carbon tub, carbon
Got
body.
old tires. It's got cool knobs.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Ford. It's 1/6 of the cost.
It's got a tow hook.
Why are you throwing dollars in all of a sudden?
Because this is
thought you didn't
many
care about
of
money.
them. This
Yeah,
is
but you're not
ridiculous
going to
amount.
lose money on that car.
Well, they only made 40 grand on $1.75 million in the course of 3 years, which means they fucking lost money. If they had just put that in the S&P 500, they'd have made enough money to buy that Ford.
You're not going to lose money on that car.
They did.
No, they didn't make money on that car.
But the dollar today is worth less than the dollar was then. They lost money. They lost value.
Okay. You lost how much? 20 grand?
We had 11%
Contabulating.
inflation, 23,
Contabulating.
15% value.
Mm-hmm.
Contabulating.
That's against possibly gaining value.
Okay. Pick one.
Ford. Easy.
I mean, I'm Ford also.
Fine.
You're P1?
I didn't say that.
Oh.
I said get rid of it.
He's not voting because he doesn't have to.
I know, but I figured he had an opinion.
Godzilla.
Godzilla powered 79 Ford Bronco Ranger.
What's a Godzilla?
Sold for 110.
Sold for 110. All I know about this is they had 200 and some building it.
So they lost their ass.
I don't know where I read that, but
What's Godzilla? That was a 7.3 liter Godzilla. But what does that mean?
it's a Ford engine. Cactus smasher.
So it's a
No, it's got a cactus smasher. It's not the cactus smasher. This is a cactus smasher.
the bumper,
The
thing on the bumper.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure it's a felony to destroy those cactuses.
Sure.
Well, we should change the name of it then.
I'm just saying.
Look at all that shiny stuff.
It's pretty cool. I mean, for a Bronco.
Maybe I was wrong. I don't know. I thought somewhere I read it was double that to build it.
110 seems pretty low.
Yeah, 110 does seem a little low for a full build.
Was that super original paint?
Well, I suppose if it
It's
lived
got a
out
good stance.
west, which it looks like it does, and it was garage, so it didn't get sun bleach.
Yeah.
The paint could have survived for 40, 50 years, 45 years.
6R80 stuff and things.
80,000 smiles. Definitely not over the top, wild, crazy.
Repainted.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
This seems nicely done.
It does.
And it
It
seems
was nice.
for this, seems like a pretty good price. I'm not a super Bronco fan, but I'm definitely GT40.
Hate to say it, I'm GT40 also.
Okay, I'm GT40.
All right.
Showdown.
Range Rover versus Mini Cooper.
31.5, 21.
I feel like that's been said at CarMax multiple times.
Yeah, those are both, I think, pretty good examples of their thing.
Man, it's an easy choice for me.
Well, you want the Range Rover?
Oh yeah, all day long.
I want both of them, but for different things.
I don't really ever want that,
right? But I do.
I'd take a Range Rover over that.
And I think I would take, just for the record, I would take the Mini just because I don't need the Range Rover for anything. But I like it.
Use that to haul gravel.
No. Goodbye, Mini.
Range Rover or GT40?
Soren?
It's 10 times the price.
Almost exactly.
They both have air conditioning. They both have over 500 horsepower.
I'm kind of in the same boat where I'd want them for different things. But if we're going to set aside practicality for a moment.
We always set aside practicality.
I don't always set aside practicality.
We do.
I know you do. I would have a hell of a lot more fun on the GT40. So
this is a lot of pretending.
I'm gonna go.
I'm not gonna pretend to be practical.
I don't do pretending. GT40.
You're doing pretending right now.
No, not.
Yeah, you're not buying a GT40.
But I would. I'm not doing pretending. I'm doing.
He's pretending.
Well, good.
GT40.
A GT40 is far superior to a Range Rover.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't consider that a disappointment. I think that's a pretty good winner.
That's a really cool car.
Mm-hmm. And it's not real.
Which
means you don't have any ethical issues.
We can go wrap it around a tree.
It up.
It's the best part.
I mean, it would be shitty, but you didn't destroy something historic.
Nope. And on that positive reinforcement.
Yeah, not disappointment. Like and subscribe and share and comment, please.
Thanks for watching.